and welcome to our X39 stem cell activation patch with review. My name is Dr. John Harmon, and I'll be your host this evening for the next 30 minutes as we discover how these stem cell activation patches can benefit you and your family. We have a very special guest tonight. I'm really excited. I got to talk to him, meet him a little bit yesterday, and hear about his story. We're going to start with that, but I do want to say a couple of things. I want to tell you that this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure or prevent any disease. Having said that, I'm excited to introduce you to our guest tonight for our testimonial. This man played in the NFL for 9 years, 6 of them with the Rams. He's a member of the NFL Legends. I know he played in the Super Bowl. I'm going to let him tell us which one it was. I heard a little bit of his story yesterday, and man, you know, you get dinged up in the NFL and you get your bell rung probably several times a night. And he was telling us about some of the things. So, Ivory, are you unmuted? Could you, Mr. Sully, could you unmute? Let me do that.
I am unmuted.
Okay.
I am unmuted.
All right.
Hello, everybody.
First of all, welcome to the call. Everybody's really excited to hear your story. We idolize you football players, and I know you already know that, but even though I did not play high school football, I knew I was going to be a pro football quarterback someday. After actually playing high school first most of the time. But I just idolized. I wanted to do that. I was pretty good, but I hated getting hit, so I didn't play. So
that's probably not a good formula if you want to play football. That's for sure.
Not. No.
Yeah.
No. I went into. I played in a band. So you told me some of the things that you had going on from your years playing. First of all, tell us, was I right on the Legends? Tell us a little bit about that and what was going on with you that made you want to try these patches.
Well, first of all, hello everybody, and I'm really glad to be here and to tell my story a little bit and to tell you about what an NFL guy that's played in the NFL for a long time, what we go through in our life as we get older. Needless to say, football is a very physical sport. I actually, John, wasn't allowed to play football until 9th grade. And once I finally got, 10th grade, excuse me. And then once I finally got the go ahead to go and play football, I played in the band before. And then I got a chance to play football. And so I didn't let it go once I grasped onto it. And so it was really something it was one sport that I hadn't played that I wanted to play. And I think it's because I had a penchant for being physical and wanting to get a lot of my frustration out some way. I mean, it was a great outlet. And back in the times when I played, it was 1979 when I played in the Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 14, 79 through the 87 season. So I retired in 88. So I played 9 years. And during those times, you have heard the concussion situation with the NFL and the lawsuits that were drawn against the NFL for them. We were not properly trained into how to protect our head. The equipment was substandard with regard to protecting the head from blows and the concussion aspect of the game. For crying out loud, if you didn't get dinged one to 4 times a game, you weren't playing. You were on the sideline. So, and the game actually was played just a whole lot different. I just have to tell you, I mean, we have physical players and physical play. Don't get me wrong. But back in the day when I played, we actually had these things called, we had contracts on people where we would, say, this guy's got to go. I mean, and you didn't hear that from me, but you just heard it from me. I mean, it was the wild, wild west. And anything you could do to put a guy out or take a guy out, help your team win, that was it. I mean, so we went down that, it was that way. Let's be real about that. And it's just something that's not done as much anymore these days. But the game was very physical. I played, unfortunately, leading with my head way too many times, okay? They teach you now not to lead with your head, to keep your head out of the game. For crying out loud, if I didn't feel a nice little buzz after I hit somebody, I didn't hit them hard enough.
Wow.
So consequently, post football, you know, I used to have headaches, and I used to wake up and my neck was sore, and I had to go through these consternations every day to get myself up and ready to go. And so now I'm in my 60s, and I actually am looking for things that will make me feel as though I can go ahead and wake up and go ahead and take care of my day. And it is prolific with people in my range, in my age category, and older, and even younger. NFL players, when you're exposed to that physical play, you're gonna have residual, okay? It's gonna be residual stuff that you're gonna be injured. So that's, you sign up for it and you live with it. I personally had signed up for it and was experiencing, you know, head, neck, shoulder, knee pain. You know, when you have knee pain and it's chronic, you know, and you have to judge every step before you step it. That's not the way I played football. I just went and did it. You can't do that anymore. You got to be careful about how you step. You have to be careful about this stuff. Anyway, let's take it to when I was approached by Marcy for these X39 patches. And she talked about the stem cell aspect of it, and I'm very well read on stem cell. I know that it's a very prominent treatment for the knees, where you get shot, and it costs $10,000 for a shot, and you know you feel good for a certain amount of time, a certain amount of time. But you know, how many times can you go in the pocket for 10 grand to get a shot in your knee, for crying out loud, so you can go play golf? Well, it's not very efficient with regard to the expense. I tried these patches, and I'm just going to tell you what my experiences were. I tried them for 30 days. The first week, about a couple days into it, I started getting disoriented. I placed the patch behind my neck, underneath my that bone there that sticks out in your back. I put it there all the time, and I started feeling that my equilibrium wasn't there, that I wasn't being able to focus, that I was feeling a little bit out of sorts. It wasn't really it felt like one of those episodes where you hit somebody and the room just goes like this. The whole place in front of you is just going in front of you like that. And it felt like that was happening to me, and it was a recurrence of when I would probably more than likely take on a contusion in my brain. And so I experienced this for 8 to 10 days. After about the 10th day, I woke up one morning and I turned on my light, and everything was just crystal clear. And I said, what the heck's going on? I went through it, and then all of a sudden I discovered, through going through it every day, I could get up out of the chair and not have to worry about my knee. There was no pain in my knee. There was no swelling in my knee. So I guess that, you know, as I understand stem cells, and I understand the science behind this patch, where it's needed most is where they go first. So in my case, I'd have to say that my head became clear. Now, and I really am waiting for you to tell me, doctor, about that the science and all of that, because I'm just telling you what I experienced. And then thereafter, just to have a clarity that, you know, we all get old and we forget stuff, but I could think of the words. I'm used to being in C-suite meetings and just having the words flow off of my tongue mellifluously. And well, that was pretty good right there. But, you know, in doing that, you know, not forget what I'm saying, not lose my place, keep going with a train of thought. It was really seamless. And so, needless to say, I was very happy. That's when I had to call Marcy up and say, okay, Marcy, I got something here for you. Let's go. There's a real application for an entire population of people. The athletes, that undergo contusions and brain injury, TBI, and there's a whole sector out there that is looking for relief. I can tell you that my experience with this patch has given me great relief with regard to that.
Thank you so much. And you and I talked about telling you the science behind that, because this is something that I deal with every day. And the symptoms that you described are what people go through when we're switching the power. When I say power, I'm talking about activity. When the activity is being changed back to normal. There's a couple of things that could be going on. One, and I tell people this on every brain map that I do an interpretation on, there are two types of our brain waves that are supposed to be more powerful on one side compared to the other. If those are switched, you have anxiety or depression or both. As they are shifting back, one of them shifts first, and it causes first an increase in anxiety before that goes away, and then the depression goes away. Coming to you, when you have a concussion, every one of our brain, the power or activity, every one of our brain waves gets more powerful on one side compared to the other. I see that. I told 3 different people, telling them about their brain map today, who had hit their head. All of the power shift to the right side. So the entire right side of the brain is more powerful than the left. As that starts to shift back to normal, they will have temporarily an increase of symptoms. But here's another thing was possibly going on. When I talk to parents of children who don't have certain skills, let's say, for example, they're really dependent upon what others say and think of them. They don't have any personal power. They don't know how to stand up for themselves. And then we turn on some networks and hubs in their brain. That's a new skill, man. They don't know how to work it. It's like a little kid learning how to hit somebody without hurting them. Just tap them or whatever it is. Anytime your brain hubs, somewhere get turned on, your brain has to learn how to regulate that. So your brain fog, I think you mentioned you felt a little dizzy or something.
Yes.
You had a little bit of dizziness. So they used to think that when you've lost something, there's some neurons that died. But now we actually know those hubs and networks stopped talking to each other, and all we have to do is get talking to each other. But it's a new skill. It doesn't know how to do it yet. It's just too much, or is it too little? And then we get back on, okay, now that's about right there. It happens with a lot of different aspects of the brain when things turn back on that weren't working very well. So it looks like it's retracing, going back through some things that we used to have and now we don't have them. So those are 2 or 3 of the possibilities that could be going. And it's really important for us to understand that and tell people, your body's really smart. It's going to go take your brain back through the path it needs to go to get better. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of understanding of what goes on with the brain. So you went from that to like crystal clear and focused. Is that what happened?
Crystal clear, focused. Then, you know how when you go down to the beach, you get your beach chair, it sits low, so you got to get down and sit down on it, right? It's not like one that you just sit your butt down and you're good. You have to go all the way down to the ground.
Yeah.
And then, and that day, I'm telling you, on sand, I just got up and down, and I'm saying, holy, what's going on? That's, you can't do that. I can't do that before. Understand, that's not what I do. I struggle. I got to get on all 4s and get up. Right. No, I was squatting my body up like I used to. I mean, it's like, and there's no pain. And it's like, so, okay, I understand the stem cell situation. I understand that it goes to the places where it's needed first, and then it goes to the places needed second, and then third. And I'm telling you that it got to my knees. I mean, because that that is, that's special when that's the case. And I don't feel pain in my body. My back is not hurting. My body is feeling good. When you feel that rush again, oh my God, it's unbelievable. I'll be honest with you. I had a clip that one of my former teammates, Reggie Doss, who was a defensive end for the Rams when I played with the Rams, sent me a clip of a play that I made in Anaheim Stadium, and it was against the Chicago Bears. And I remember it crystal clear because I've got a big picture of that one play on my wall, and me covering this guy. And I covered the guy, and I ripped the ball out, and I got up, just popped up, and I bounced. You don't run. I used to bounce. That's how much speed I had in my leg. That's how I felt that day at the beach. It was amazing. I had
Awesome.
that pop, that beach, that
Man,
pop in my legs, man.
You're speaking my language because,
Right.
knee pain, I had that before as well. I got to ask you one question. Did you contribute to Jim McMahon's brain injuries?
I will have to say that I might have had a little piece of that. A little piece of that. I love Jim McMahon. I love Jim McMahon. He's a good guy, man. Yes, I say that. Yes.
Okay. All right. You're just doing your job, baby.
Hey, I used to be what they call a hitter. That's what I did. And I was a safety, and you come across the territory, you gotta pay your dues. So
that's right.
That was
Come into my space, you're gonna pay.
That's right.
Man, I love your story, and I love being your age. I'm 66, so
God bless you, man. Looking
I'm
good, man.
So those little aches and pains you talk about, I've lived it. And I didn't play football. I did play sports and other stuff. But what happens as you get older, your legs don't feel like they're yours. It's like they don't go where you used to tell them to go, and they just go.
Right.
But that's changing, and that's really encouraging to me. Thank you so much for your time and sharing that with us tonight. We're really excited to have you on the team. We lost him. He's gone. But I hit him.
I'm here. I haven't gone yet, man.
Okay,
I'm not gone yet.
Don't leave me now.
Hey, listen, I love being here. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to actually be able to go back and reminisce about those days. It's always fun for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Hang out with us a little bit longer. And
I am.
Welcome to Lifeway, by the way. We expect NFL to be using this pretty soon with you as the ambassador.
That's why I'm here, my friend. That's why I'm here. I am I'm in the learning mode. Fantastic. God bless you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Well, let me tell you about this little patch. Here it is right here. It looks like a little Band-Aid. Well, you talked about stem cell injections, but the cheapest I've heard is $5,000. I actually had them twice on my knee. It got me out of a brace, but you said they work sometimes and other times they don't. These patches come in what's called a sleeve. X39 stem cell activating patch. We're in the stem cell industry, except we don't sell stem cells. What we do in the patch, there are some amino acids, some organic crystals, and some salts. You can see it in the white spot, and maybe not, but there's a little polyester sleeve in the middle, and those substances are in that patch. Well, when that's placed on the skin, the infrared heat from the body activates those crystals, and I think it's a combination of which frequencies get reflected back into the body, as well as some coming from the crystal. Whatever it is, they figured out that frequency actually turns back on a little factory inside of our body that used to be really active when we were kids, and it makes a substance that tells your body to make more stem cells. So all day long, you have this activation of your stem cells. We wear it for 12 hours, and then we take it off, and we go through the natural cycle of regeneration, fixing, healing, cleansing at night. That's why we wear it during the day, and most people don't wear them at night. Sometimes people get so much mental clarity and energy that they're not able to sleep. So we have them take it off at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon if that happens. I've only had that happen twice. So that's the stem cell activating patch. How do you get them? We talked about getting some for you or your family. For less than a cup of coffee a day, you can use this patch and activate your own stem cells. It comes in that sleeve that I was talking about. That's a 30-day supply. You can purchase it one time for $149.95, or you can actually enroll with a company, and then you can, you can go on an auto ship. As long as you're on auto ship, you get that product at wholesale. Or you can choose to join with us on this team. And if you look at the convergence of several things right now, we have the convergence of everybody's told they have to stay home. People have lost their jobs. We have the convergence of everybody's worried about their health. So much so that they can't keep moving their face. Everybody's walking around with a mask because we're worried about getting this illness. Why not activate your stem cells, which activates your immune system and helps you stay healthy? And so you have a lot of people, they need a little extra money. They might be looking for something. Join our team. And there are different ways to do it. There are several enrollment kits where you can get started. You can pay a one-time fee of $25 and you can get enrolled in the company. But you're probably going to want to get some product. So there are various ways of purchasing different amounts of product. A really good way to do that is a silver pack. Silver pack has 3 sleeves, so you get a 90-day supply, and all you do is pay for product. You drop that $25 fee, and now you're enrolled with the company. From then on, you can build a team, and you can purchase the product at wholesale. Those who are a little bit more serious and want to go faster and want to have product available for their team, they'll go up to what's called the Diamond Pack, and there's several packs in between. The Diamond Pack gives you several advantages, not the least of which is when you're enrolling people and they say, hey, I want to go share this with Aunt Harriet and Uncle Tom, but I got to wait for shipping. So you say, here, let me loan you some sleeves and then you can pay me back. That's how it works with the Diamond Pack. And that's why people who want to run fast, they'll make a bigger commitment. What I did is I started at the silver, and I started telling people, like they told me, Peter and Marcy and Savvy said, just ask people if they want to try them. And after 3 days, I was out of patches. So I said, okay, so I'm going to enroll. So I got the Diamond Pack, and by the end of the second week, I had all that money back anyway. So that's how fast things go. If you're talking to people, you're going to enroll people, and you're going to get all of that initial investment back. And guess who that makes happy? The wife. The spouse. Honey, I already got my money back. We're good from here on out. So you got to prove something to the spouse, right? So I want to invite everybody to at least get your hands on some of these patches. Get them, if you just go on and do a one-time purchase or do it on auto ship. The company has a 90-day money-back guarantee for consumers, which is extremely liberal. All you have to do is have one patch left in your last little sleeve, and they'll refund your money. What I say about that is that's confidence in the ability of the patch to work. So we invite you to do that. We have these Zooms daily at different times. Tomorrow night is going to be what we call the doctor's call. You get me 2 nights in a row. I don't know if you want to do that, but we're going to talk about doctorly stuff sometimes and answer some of the other questions. We do that on Tuesday nights, but every night or during the day, different times, and you can get the times. You can kind of keep connected and tie in and bring your friends to those other ones. I think I covered it all. I hope so. We invite you to do that. We get with the person who invited you here to the call and get with them, and they'll show you how to get enrolled or how to get your products. So thank you all for coming tonight. We just love doing this. We love sharing this with people. We love helping them get better in their finances and in their health. So we'll see you next time.
Thank you, everyone. Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you, Ivory.
Great job.
All right.
Awesome!
Ivory.
Excellent!
Nice, Dr.
Great call.
We'll
Thank
see
you,
you
Ivory.
tomorrow.
Thank you, Dr. Harmon.
Thank you, Dr. Harmon.
Thank you,